Hi. So a lot of you ask about my regimen, what I do, because I am a carnivore. So my history is that I've had a lot of sensitivities to food and severe sensitivities, as well as some that are not so severe, but still sensitivities. So I've been on this path for 8 years of healing my gut and figuring out how to optimize my body through nutrition the best way that I can. About a year ago, I found a way of eating. Actually, it's been more than that. It's been a year and a half. It's been 552 days of eating just meat, nothing but meat and fat. So, our body has the ability to run off in fat or sugar. Or carbohydrates, if you want to call that. I choose fat because it's definitely healthier for our body, and my body works really well on being a fat burner. It took some time to get to that point, especially as an athlete, because as athletes, we feel like we need to have carbohydrates and sugar to fuel our body. And I have proven that we don't need to do that. And there's a healthier way to do that. Most of you know, for those of you that don't, I am not a big supplement fan. I'm all about eating your food and getting the proper nutrients through your food. Now, like I said, am a carnivore. I eat nothing but meat. The whole idea of eating like our ancestors did is to eat the whole animal. And I am not a big fan of eating organs. I've tried, I have not mastered it yet. I find that I don't know how to cook it as well as I should. Sometimes I overcook it. Sometimes I just don't know how to cook it properly. So I'm tired of wasting. And so I came across Ancestral Supplements. Now, these guys are amazing. Like I said, I'm not a supplement person. I'm all about getting it through the food that you eat. What's very unique about these supplements is that there's no fillers. Now, if you go to your cabinet, if you're a supplement person, go ahead and pull out one of your supplements. You'll see that there's some kind of filler in there to get the stuff into a capsule. There's usually like a rice filling or something along those lines. Well, these supplements don't use that at all. So this is actually the organ itself. And basically what they do is they dehydrate it. It's desiccated is the proper term for it. So basically what they do is they dehydrate it, grind it up and make it into a powder, and then they put it into capsules. Nothing else. And for me to be able to find a supplement that I actually will take is very, very rare. And I love these guys. These guys are amazing. I actually recommend it to my clients that need it. One of the ways that I really truly believe in this is when our ancestors back in the day, when they were hunters and gatherers, if they had an issue, they would eat that organ. So, for instance, if they had heart health, they would eat heart. If they had something that was wrong, like with their prostate or their brain, they would eat that part of the animal and they would heal. So like promotes like heals like. So I am a big proponent in if my clients are having an issue with their liver, have them take liver. If they're having issues with kidneys, I have them take kidney. And they actually see a difference and they heal. So along that premise, I feel the same way. I feel because of my journey has been about gut health, immunity, as well as inflammation. So, and as an athlete, I need to replenish my body with a lot of stuff. So, I have been using ancestral supplements on a religious basis since I've started doing carnivore. So for 552, 53 days, whatever we're at here. So for a year and a half. And I'm going to share with you because it is a question I get all the time. So what do you do? How do you get all your vitamins and nutrients? And all the vitamins and nutrients that we need are in animals. We've been throughout history, we've evolved with animals. It's very rare that you see someone allergic to meat. Very rare. And all the years that I've been working with nutrition with my clients, I have not seen one person that is allergic to meat. So I know it exists, but it's extremely rare. So what I'm going to do is share with you my supplement regimen. I've got them everywhere here. And it's not, I don't take these every day, but I take a combination of them daily, depending on what my regimen that day looks like for training. So what I'm going to share with you are the things that I love through Ancestral Supplements and that I use myself. But they have a site that has a lot of choices. And like I said, they are very clean. They are pasture raised, grass fed. You need to check them out. Love their product. I love what they stand for. Very, very clean. Okay, so I'm going to start with beef liver. I think everyone should be on beef liver. So this is the beef liver. This supports immune health. It gives you energy, which is really cool. It supports your connective tissue. And as I said, like supports like, so it also supports your liver. Liver is our hardest work, one of our hardest working organs. I'm a big proponent in supporting liver. So this one I do take every day because I believe that the liver is where we get all of our nutrients. If we eat liver, it has all the vitamins and minerals that we need in liver. So I take liver daily. Okay, the next one is beef tallow. This supports your cells, which is really cool. It's a fat. Tallow is animal fat. But I also look at it as a source of food, right? So my days that I train really, really hard, I actually take this a couple times a day. It helps with your hormones. And it also helps with bone growth in your bones, your teeth, your gums, and your skin. So this is really good for that. And I, like I said, take this on my days that I train really, really hard. So that is tallow. The next is my beef pancreas. I don't take this all the time, but this helps support blood sugar. It also works with your digestive system and obviously the pancreas, right? Because we said like helps like. So, you know, a lot of the times the digestive stuff I'm really big on because of all the sensitivities and issues that I've had with my digestive and gut health. So I do support it with that. So this isn't something I take every day, but I do feel like every other day, somewhere around that. But I do take it a couple times a week. So that is the beef pancreas. Now, as far as the trachea goes, so yes, trachea, this is a lot about healing the whole body. So I do take this, like I do with the pancreas. I take it, you know, consistently, probably every other day, at least 2 times a week, at least, sometimes more. But this is for overall healing of the body. Immune health, of course. I mean, there's a theme here. A lot of this is through immune. And also this is for joint health. So it has a lot of connective tissue stuff in there. So being that I'm a cyclist and I love to do a lot of that stuff, I want to make sure that my joints are healing. So I make sure I do some joint health as well. So for the most part, when I train hard, I will take this as well. So that's why sometimes I take it more than twice a week. So my hard training days, I do this. Like this past Sunday, I did 2 races. And so I made sure that I took this twice that day. So, you know, there's a method to my madness when it comes to these. I don't take them, like I said, all of them every day, but at least there is when the days that I train hard is when I really, really pay attention to making sure I give my body the nutrients that it needs. So this one is intestines. The real cool thing about this one, same thing as gut and digestive healing, right? So that's what this is really good for. It also helps with the stomach and the intestines, all of that gut and digestive, you know, issues that anybody has. This is the thing to take. It also helps with energy, but it also helps with thyroid. So I know with all of the stressful things that I do, I make sure that I replenish my body with this. The days that I don't sleep well, I also take this to help with thyroid so that it's my adrenals. Usually when you're working hard, your adrenals are kind of fatigued. So I just kind of make sure I give my thyroid a little bit more support because your adrenals and your thyroid work together. So I just support my thyroid a little more on those days that I don't sleep really well or I'm training really hard. So that's what I use the intestines for. So that's that. The two new ones that Ancestral Supplements have done, which I really love that they did, was fish eggs. And so the fish eggs is really cool because it's full of omega-3s, as we know, which fights inflammation. It also has vitamin D, K2, and vitamin A, which is really great. So this helps support the memory, and as I said, inflammation. So these are really awesome to have. I love taking these daily. So this is one that I take daily, right? Because it helps support inflammation. Working out is inflammation. So I want to make sure that my body gets the benefits from fighting all that inflammation as much as possible. So I take these every day. Love my fish eggs. It does smell kind of fishy when you open them, but the one thing that I love about this is when I used to take fish oil, it used to repeat on me. I used to taste it all the time, most of the day. This, I don't taste it at all. So that's what I love about this one, is that it doesn't do that. Another new one that they just came out with is colostrum. So yes, this is the stuff that we as babies have with our mom, because what it does is it helps support our immune and gut health. So that's how we start off with as a newborn, right? Is having that if we're breastfed. And it's very important to be breastfed so that we're built, we have the actual bacteria to fight off disease and to help with immunity. So colostrum, I don't take every day, but I do take on a regular basis, at least 2 or 3 times a week. This, like I said, helps with gut and immune. It also helps with cell tissue and organ repair, those kinds of things. But it also helps fight diseases and destroys pathogens. So that's the whole idea of us as babies. And when we get breastfed, is to have those building blocks and get those amino acids to help with that. So I do this, like I said, 2 to 3 times a week. So those are my Ancestral Supplements. Absolutely love them. As you can see, there's a lot to choose from and to pick from. And I love the ability to do that because I feel like I can give my body what it needs when it needs it. The other one that I think is very, very important is vitamin D. So vitamin D, I take year round, and I encourage all of my clients to do that. It's not a vitamin. It's really a hormone in our body. And we as humans don't have enough of it. If you go to get your blood test done and you ask for vitamin D3, vitamin D is not tested regularly. You have to ask for it. So one of the things that I have my clients do is go ahead and do that. When I find that their levels are below 50, that's when we see a lot of issues. I like to strive to get my clients above 70 on their levels of vitamin D. So I have them take it year round as well. So this is something that I take every day, and I take 4,000 international units every day. So 4 drops of this. I make sure that it has a good oil in it, which is MCT oil. My husband takes one that has an olive oil in it. Stay away from the seed oils and stay away from all the other oils. Do an MCT or an olive oil for your fat because we need fat to absorb it. So make sure that you do that. So I take that every day. The next thing I take every day is my LMNT. I love my LMNT. This has been a saving grace for me. For anyone that's keto, for anyone that does no carb, no sugar, these little packets are amazing, okay? So they have all the electrolytes that you need. Now, same thing. There's nothing in this other than sodium, potassium, and magnesium. There's no fillers in it. There's no fake sugars. There's no stevia. There's nothing but this and the unflavored. So I'm a big, big supporter of the unflavored one, okay? Nothing in here except for the electrolytes. Only what you need. Okay, so these are amazing. I usually have, 1 or 2 of these. I'll have one as a pre-workout and I'll have it as a post-workout fuel. And I love being able to take these in, you put it in 16 ounces of water. Sometimes it's too much for people because it's too salty for most. So I tell them to put it in a big mason jar, which is about 100 milliliters. So 36 ounces. So I have them put it in that and start there. And then eventually they're able to drink it in a 16-ounce glass and it doesn't affect them at all. They don't even notice how salty it is. I love these. There are days that I only have 2. There are days that I have 6. There's only one way to know if you've had too much or you don't. It's not harmful, but you end up. It does give you a little bit of disruption in your bowels, so you have loose stools, and usually the magnesium will do that if you have too much magnesium. I have yet to run into a lot of that. So these are awesome. I have them 2 boxes delivered every month on a regular basis. And my order comes in just when I need it. So I do use these. So that's great. I use these every day, like I said, sometimes more than twice. So that is what I do for supplements. And then on top of that, I eat twice a day, and usually don't eat my first meal until about 11 o'clock. And then I have my last meal usually around 3, 4 o'clock. And that's how I usually go about doing my business. Throughout the day. These supplements help fill in, where I'm lacking of eating just meat. And there are a lot of vitamins in meat. Now, if you get a chance, I have, a protein list of nutrient density. So where the biggest nutrients lie in our food, right down to the bottom in our meat, excuse me. So it's a hierarchy of meats. And I always tend to stick to the higher levels. And what I can do is share a link of it below so you can see what I mean. So there's a lot of nutrient density in raw oysters versus if you were to have hamburger. So I try and eat at the top of my list versus down at the bottom. And that way I give my body all the nutrients that it needs and stick with the nutrient density, not just to eat, not just for fuel, but to give it the highest quality and best quality of food. So that's how I operate. So hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can save 10%. If you want to go to Ancestral Supplements and try them out, you can save 10% by using my code, which is K, the number 8, space, the number 4, space, wellness. So K8 for wellness, and you can save 10% on your order to give it a try. All right, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Have a great day.